Welcome to CyberSync and our cyber talks called Unpatched. With me, I have two distinguished guests here, and we're going to talk about AI in cybersecurity. How much of a hype is it? What's the reality of it? And how can you, in practicality, use it in defense of your cybersecurity posture, etc. So, please.
My name is Chris Kursky. I'm a field CISO for Tuskira. We're an AI-enabled security management platform. I'm also the co-chair for Cloud Security Alliance's AI Tech and Risk Working Group.
I'm Joseph Ross. I'm the Chief Technology Officer of the Southwest Cyber Resilience Centre. We're a police-led initiative to support businesses in and around Southwest with all of their cyber resilience. Outside of that, I'm the associate educated to my PhD in ways of defence, which is on artificial intelligence and the use for organisational resilience, and also current on punishment work and the use of shadow AI, which I'm going to talk about more over the next couple of days, which I'm looking forward to.
And my name is Henrik Kinstedt. I have a cybersecurity consultancy, but I'm also the Chief Revenue Officer for a company called Coolspan. But today we are here as persons and talking about AI. So, beginning with you, how do you see AI and the development and its way into cybersecurity today, please?
I think the easiest way to look at AI in security itself, there's two ways to treat it. One, force multipliers, where you can leverage AI to do mundane task works or muck work around either data enrichment. You can ask it to go get the answers for you. There's the autonomous or the agent workflow, agentic AI, which you can talk to around building distinct workflows based on reasoning rather than rules, which is very interesting. And then I think the hardest part of AI in security is, I would say, securing the AI, and that is more around, in my opinion, how it interacts with data. So what identity does it use? What is it allowed to access? Can it answer a prompt? Can it retrieve or tune on data? It's a massive problem, I think, all across the board, but it's also a massive opportunity.
Self? Yeah, I completely agree with AI being a massive opportunity, but it does also open up potentially new avenues for risk. We've got two ways I look at AI in security. Like, we've got using AI to help us enhance our organization's security, but then we've also got the use of AI in day-to-day business operations, which opens new security risks, which need patching separate. So whilst we're closing potential risks, closing potential doors, we're opening up the new ones. I think having something like the SOC analyst role of old, where we'd have a group of people all working, reviewing data live, like creating those reports on that data, that role is being minimized massively because AI do look through that data instantly and generate the reports. So now you need an analyst to review the reports rather than the core data and put them together. Massively resource saving, which is brilliant. We still need to have human element.
And you that work with law enforcement, how do you see on the adversaries starting to use AI on themselves?
So AI is being used by adversaries all the time. We've all noticed phishing scams. 10 years ago, you'd get an email which just isn't written in clear English. You can't understand what's trying to be said. Not using appropriate logos. It's all completely wrong. Some people still fell for it, but most people didn't. Nowadays, the phishing emails coming through are so sophisticated. With that, we then have the extra level of protection of things that's within Microsoft 365. You get a banner saying this is from outside the organization. So if someone's trying to impersonate you with cyber spotting and psycho spotting, then you can mitigate that because you've got that big banner. So we can culturally add things in and get used to certain measures to protect against it, but it is being used all the time.
So Chris, how would you say that the defenses is measuring up towards the adversaries in the world of AI?
So I think, coming from the vendor side a little bit, I think the vendors, everybody's embedding AI in their products. There's a few, like Tuskira, that are building the entire platform on AI. It's going to be an arms race for a bit to see who can finally match the adversarial AI to the defensive AI at I would say, gain steam.
It's always a cat and mouse game. It's the same with encryption and decryption, isn't it?
They're going to hope that we're lackadaisical in our adoption or our implementation, and they're going to look at that as their opportunity. What's a unique onus on the InfoSec practitioner community in that not only do they have to buy in that hype cycle, but they have to weed through that exact hype cycle for realistic solutions and get it in place in a timely manner because, again, the adversaries aren't going to waste.
I think one of the biggest concerns with that is AI. And when we talk to individuals about what they think of AI, it's a misnomer I'm always trying to break down is that AI doesn't necessarily mean ChatGPT, which so many people think it does. AI has so many forms in such a large field of study, from optimization and computational intelligence through to large language models, generative feature transformers, deep learning, machine learning. All of those things put together or individually are AI. So when someone says they've got an AI tool, actually that's really not very descriptive, not targeting you at all. Because it's the buzzword that
I hear you. I mean, there was a while that from day 0 to day 1, vendors claimed they had AI solutions in cybersecurity. Some did not, and some had something, but not much. I know you're where you work. It's in the core of your product. But what I mean is that is changing. The use cases in practicality has become real.
AI has been around since what, 50s, 60s? There were guys like Stu McClure back in the day who were leading the charge around machine learning, around the use of not generative, but just AI, building products and companies around it. And now, all of a sudden, all it took was some knucklehead put a prompt in front of end users. And all of a sudden, holy crap, everybody has to have AI. Everybody has to. It can't not be in your sales team.
is the buzzword people are looking for. I completely agree. But a very difficult market for the buy.
100%.
They don't know what they're buying.
You see today in both here, but on RSA in US and so on, every vendor leads with AI. So more or less truthful, I guess.
I think that the thing that I'd like to see is, rather than things being AI enabled, more description of what is the AI doing? What does the AI bring to the table for this product? I fully appreciate in lots of cases that's the proprietary information that we don't want to necessarily share. But rather than something being AI, what is the function?
So Cloud Security Alliance, my working group specifically around tech and risk. Right before RSA, we published the model card, like the model risk management manifesto, right? Like this is how you're going to do. It's funny because there's the model card itself. I can go take OpenAI's model card. I can see what it is. There's the old data sheets for data that Microsoft coined that we call it a recipe card. What data is being fed in this model, or what's it tuned on, and what is it that I actually expect of it? And then there's the risk card. And that is based on the personas and the use and the testing. Like, what are the risks associated with that model answering the wrong way, or taking a prompt and dumping the wrong data? But I think it's the transparency bias. I'm forgetting the term for it. Explainable, but there's an actual logo that you can put on your model around that. I'll look it up, but yeah, that aspect. I think if you're developing and you're able to provide that, then your answers get answered. Now, am I going to go into deep level system architecture and how? No, that's my IB. But at the end of the day, I can answer more than enough to justify and put your fears.
One thing we can be quite sure of is this development with AI and how it's adapted and used by both defense and by our adversaries. It's going fast. It is very fast. We see new things, new ways of using it coming up quite quickly. So shall we round that up a little bit on your view on the future on sort of short, medium sight? Because I don't think any of us know the long sight really, but let's say short and medium sight from both of your views.
So in the short term, we've got AI going to be utilized more by relation state is going to be utilized more by local threat actors because it is so readily available and it's becoming more and more powerful every day. Flip side of that, vendors are also integrating it onto their solutions. So as you've said, it's a bit of an arms battle, both rushing forward. Hopefully, it's equal pace. From where I live in the SME world, it's really dangerous because the SMEs are the ones that are left behind. If the new big technologies are being brought in, and then the big players are adopting those technologies, regardless of who's building that, the SMEs aren't necessarily affording the best and the new, so they're sticking to their previous antivirus, and lots of that technology is being left behind as it is not fit for purpose as it should be with the advent of AI. So I think there's a definitely disparity there with how SMEs cope with these issues. But I think vendors are moving to make sure that AI tools are becoming more affordably accessible for small entities.
For sure. Yeah. Chris, what do you think?
I think short term, it's going to be cat and mouse for sure. Where I see in the short term this becoming very dangerous is the let's call it the miniaturization of AI effect, right? I can run a model on my phone now. I can download Google Follow. And I saw yesterday an interesting use case, Wi-Fi cracking using local models, chain back to a public model. All I need to do, and within seconds, there's not a Wi-Fi that I can't get into. On a phone, hey, I don't want to use mine. I want to use yours. Literally, and the funny thing is, there was a secondary demo where they vibe coded the web app to do the brute forcing in about 12 crops.
Yeah,
And it was running locally on the phone with a model, came back to a main model. If you look at that, like all of a sudden, like we used to complain about strip kiddies buying stuff off the internet and then pissing our resources there. Not anymore. Now it's just some dude sitting at a bar.
I think
Dangerous.
I think one of the things I see and talk to some others that see a similar trend is at scale. When the criminals can do things at scale that before took a lot of effort for them to do. When it comes to fraud, for example, to impersonate someone now, you can spin up that fairly simple and easy and fast, and not only one profile to have a fraudulent impersonation of people today. You can do at scale hundreds of accounts in a matter of minutes, rather than before it was a quite big effort to do that one at a time, sort of. And also, as you said, the sort of cracking and all of that, when you start to have it's not only the defenses that's going to go agentic sort of agents talking to agents. Imagine when the criminals do the same and they adapt. So that's a scary scenario when we hope we are on top, I guess. I think that's a scenario we hope we're not coming to before we are ready for it. Yeah.
I tell my kids, my daughters, don't be afraid, just be prepared.
Yes.
And I think that's really where the state of this industry is going to go. Every one of us that is actually on the front lines or even behind the scenes or even on the vendor side is really going to have to focus on making sure that our customers are prepared. And that could be your AI. It could be the greatest thing from sliced bread. Good on you. But I think in general, and you're seeing a lot of influencers or raise the bar as far as the visibility around what this brings. In the U.S., you have conversation where I'm at in Silicon Valley. It's a much different conversation as you fly to the Midwest or to the South or to the East Coast. It's very different based on the rate of a technology adoption or innovations. So I think you're going to see folks that are slower to adopt become the softer, faster targets.
Yeah.
And that scares me because there's not a shortage of critical infrastructure in our soft spots.
No, for sure. I think we could probably continue this discussion for an hour more. It's a very interesting subject. I found it very interesting, and I want to thank you both. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Chris.
Hold on,
Right. Cheers. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.